Hello everyone, I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee. You can come and see me right there.
That's right. Come out and meet and see Craig debate Rachel Wilson on if feminism is more good or bad for society at DebateCon 6 in Nashville, Tennessee this November 15th and 16th. Grab your tickets now at the link in the description box, as we're expecting this event may sell out. You don't want to miss it. Grab your tickets right now so you can meet Craig and see him debate live.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth think that evolution's real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the
Hello.
FTFE show.
I'm just doing my intro on my side.
Welcome to the FTFE show. It's not alright.
Let me get these headphones on my silly head. These aren't the ones that I want, though, so. Can you hear me there, Andrew?
I can, sir. How are you?
Oh, good. What are you doing, Andrew? Are you? Oh, not Andrew. Sorry, Craig. My goodness, yeah. I'm looking at the just swap. Craig, what are you doing? Are you plunging a toilet? What was that? No, I know what that sound was. I know what you're doing.
I was getting high, motherfucker. Hello, welcome to the show, everybody. I am here today to debate a silly question. Is America the greatest country in the world? Spoiler, no. Andrew's going to debate the other side. I am also on Modern Day Debates, but we're just setting up over here, so have the fun. Join the fun, everyone, yes.
I'm not going to be used for your...
You'll be used when I tell you to be used.
Yeah,
you'll like it.
Not for your propaganda. Anyways, all right. I got a few things to set up, so just give me 2 seconds there.
Take your time.
So you're going first, are you?
I'll go first, yeah, 100%.
100%? All right, cool. Let me just pop open all my things here.
Definitely not minus 1,000% like Trump thinks is possible.
Let's see.
Tip of the day, do not get maths or medical advice from someone that is orange.
It's not bad rules to live by, I suppose. If that's the criteria we're going with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just leave it there. All right, let me grab my little baby headphones. I don't like these.
Okay. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome over on my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I've been away for a week seeing my mum down in Bristol as she is unwell, but I'm here now to make you unwell with some stupidity. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm also going to be doing a stream tomorrow, a little update about things, going to DebateCon and things like that, and we'll talk about that and what I'm going to be doing preparing for my debate with Rachel Wilson. And I hope to see you there if you're able, because you will also be meeting Rubik's if you come along. Although I'm definitely going to have to remove the Trump memes from my phone.
You don't want to get in trouble, I guess, eh? Yeah. Yeah, been bad, have you? Have you been sharing pictures of J.D. Vance on your phone?
I mean, I tried to share, a naked picture of Trump, but his penis was so small it wouldn't pick up with the pixels.
Oh my goodness. Well, yes. Hello to. Are you streaming as well, Andrew?
I'm currently not.
Okay, well, Craig is. So if you want to tell his audience to, bite your right ass cheek, you go right ahead.
No problem.
Whatever you'd like to do.
My audience met Andrew the other day when we had a fun conversation. It was a comment that Andrew made during our previous debate that made me go, let's do a debate on that.
I'm going to message him and tell him.
I think I know what that comment was. And I thought
it was the comment when you said America's the best country in the world, and I laughed. That was the comment.
For me, it was when you said an American was anyone who lives inside the borders of America.
Well, I don't think I said that.
You said it.
Specifically. I mean, if you're, living inside America, then you're American, yeah. But,
if I go to Japan and I live inside Japan, am I Japanese?
No, but I mean, I think everyone knows what I mean when I say that. You know,
I don't
obviously
know
you
what
can
you
go
mean.
and live somewhere, but
I
you know,
don't
it's about
actually.
citizenship and something.
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh,
I
of
said
course,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
come
I'm
here.
used to speaking to
You're
smart
American.
people. That's the problem. Yeah.
So you just come here and you're automatically American because you're in our borders. It's not true.
No, if you go and live
So let's
there
get into
and
it.
you
That's
become a
exactly why
citizen,
we're
then
here.
you're
This is
definitely an
why we're
American.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys just can't seem to wait. All right, just cool it for 2 seconds there, guys. I'll put you on mute before we even get beginning. All right, so I'm
Fight
just
me.
going to check your... Yeah, I'll mute you right now.
No, I've been instructed to
My
not
favorite
bring
thing.
FTFE today, so you know, Craig will be in attendance.
That's proof that you're just a character and a shit... No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I think everyone knows FTFE's a character.
Yeah, you shill you. Anyways,
Or one
I'm
of the
just-
clones, anyway.
Yeah. All right, let me just make sure my YouTube is muted here before we move over. And I'll intro the show and we'll get going. All right. Perfect. All right, looks like we're ready to go. So I'm going to intro us up. Do you guys both need a full 10 minutes? Yes, get your bong rips in now. I'm just going to put my bong away, Craig, because
I'm already good.
I'm a good boy.
Oh, yes.
He's like, I don't know why, but they started.
We're about to start, whoever asked that. All right. Let's
Mr.
get going.
Toffees wants FTFE. Not today. I'm going to be good today. Well, we'll see how Andrew behaves.
We'll
Always good.
Yeah, I think everything's going to go fine. It's going to be a nice, chill debate. Let's get over to the main screen. I'll do the cold opening. Welcome, everybody, to Modern Day Debate. I'm your host, Ryan. We got a juicy one for you. Is America the best country on Earth? All right, so it's going to be between Craig and Andrew here. So hopefully you can hear me well out there. We hope you hit the like button. Help share this out in the spaces you like having these discussions, because we are live right now at Modern Day Debate. Without further ado, we're going to kick it over to Craig to start us off. So, Craig, the floor is yours.
Hello. I'm just going to share screen, make sure that my stuff's there. One sec. Why isn't it letting me share screen?
I'm going to start that timer soon.
Look,
You don't hurry up.
Here we go.
Giddy up.
Share.
All right, there you go.
Okay, right. You see what I'm sharing? Good.
Yes, we do. All right.
And I just need to make sure my screen sees it. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
I swear. Captain Sharon over here. I'm going to start that timer. All right.
Cool. Why
Hopefully,
is it
once
not
again, if
showing?
you're hanging out in the live chat right now, hit that like button. We're just dealing with a little technical difficulty to make sure that Craig's got going what he has going.
Right. Okay.
Properly,
Right.
hopefully.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see what
good
I'm
on.
showing and my stream see. Okay. You can start the timer.
Oh, thank you for your permission. All right, it's on. Go ahead.
Okay. So let's ask a very simple question. What does it actually mean to be the best country in the world? It can't just mean you shout it the loudest, and it can't mean you've got the biggest flagpole, and it definitely can't mean your national cuisine is deep frying a Snickers bar. Being the best should mean that your people are safe, they're healthy, they're educated, they're housed and respected across the world. That's the bar. Not perfection, just basic civilization. So let's see how America stacks up when you stop chanting USA and start doing some maths. Spoiler, not too good for America on that part. Healthcare, the world's most expensive disappointment. America spends 17% of its GDP on healthcare. That's more than any other nation in the world. About $15,000 per person every single year. Let's compare that to the UK. It's about half of that. Canada and Germany, $6,000 to $7,000 a year. So double the price, and the results, well, life expectancy in the USA is about 78 years. Japan, it's 84. Switzerland, 83. UK, 81. Congratulations, America. You've invented the world's most expensive lemon. Pay twice as much, die sooner. That's not healthcare. That's a gym membership that you never use. And then there's medical debt. Every single year, about 1 million American families declare bankruptcy. Because they got sick. In the UK, France, Canada, that number is, one sec, I'll just get my notes. Yeah, fucking 0. Because there, if you get cancer, the hospital sends you flowers. In America, it sends you a bill and a collections agent. Guns and safety. Freedom, I guess, means like duck and cover. I'm not sure. America has 120 guns per 100 people. More guns than people. The next closest is Yemen, which is 53 guns per 100 people. And Yemen is in a actual civil war. The results? Well, firearms kill 48,000 people per year in America. 48,000 Americans every year by guns. That's more than car crashes in America. Canada, they lose about 700. The UK, it was actually, let me see, 35. Yeah, 35 people died by guns in the UK in the same year as what I just said about America. 48,000. Anyway, in schools, let's talk about schools, shall we? In 2023 alone, there were 346 incidents of gunfire on school grounds. Since 1970, more than 2,000 people killed or injured in school shootings. In Britain, the last school shooting was in 1996, the Dunblane Massacre. You know, in Japan, they've had none, as far as I'm aware. In Germany, they had once in a generation, and it shocked the nation for years. In America, it's kind of like a national pastime or something. It's a uniquely American phenomenon. It's so normal that kids in America practice active shooter drills like the rest of the world practice fire drills. You've got 8-year-olds rehearsing how to hide in a cupboard from a guy with an AR-15. That's not freedom, that's trauma, with a flag sticker. All right, homelessness. Okay, this is one of the kickers for me. Apparently it's the richest country in the world, but all the tent cities. On a single night in the US, in 2024, they counted 771,000 homeless people. Of those, 277,000 were unsheltered. That means sleeping in cars, tents, or just on the pavement, really. Whereas in England, which I'm actually showing the England stats there, so here's the American stats, but in England, they had, in the same snapshot, 4,667. Now, again, compare that to America's 277,000, right? 4,667 rough sleepers in England. That's 8 per 100,000, 10 times lower than the USA. Germany, with a population of 83 million, had about 38,000. Japan, with a population of 125 million, under 4,000. So America, the richest nation on earth, has hundreds of thousands of people living under bridges and in tent cities. When your homeless population is bigger than the entire population of Glasgow, just in some US towns, you don't get to call yourself the best. You get to call yourself an episode of The Walking Dead with more Starbucks. Education, right? In 2022, the international rankings found that US kids came 28th in maths, 18th in science, 13th in reading. Not terrible, but not number one either. Singapore, Finland, Japan, South Korea run circles around America. And then comes the bill. American students owe $1.8 trillion in loans. The average graduate leaves with about $30,000 in debt. That's a ball and chain on an entire generation. Scotland, where I live, education, higher education is free. In Germany, fees are minimal. In France, a few hundred euros a year. In America, you get a mortgage before you get a mortgage. National debt. Let's talk about that. That's a good one. So America national debt is $37 trillion. That is $112,000 per man, woman, and child in United States of America. For comparison, the UK, where I live, $3.4 trillion. Germany, $3.1 trillion. Interestingly, Japan, it's higher as a percentage against its GDP, but Japan also has working trains, universal healthcare, and people who live longer. America, just debt and potholes. Reputation. Globally, people love American music, movies, and tech. No one's arguing that. But when it comes to US leadership, the words you hear most often are arrogant, violent, and unreliable. And honestly, can you blame anyone? Just look at some of the things Donald Trump, the orange guy who was the face of America to the world, has actually said. He suggested nuking hurricanes, told people to inject bleach to cure COVID, said wind turbines cure cancer, apparently the biggest killer in Trump's imagination. He once claimed the Continental Army took control of airports in 1775, which is an amazing feat, considering the Wright brothers were still about 130 years away from making planes. He thinks you can reduce prices by 1,000%, which means when you go to pick up your medication, you would be paid. After the California wildfires, his solution, rake the forest floors like Smokey Bear with OCD. And just recently he pushed the idea that pregnant women taking Tylenol was highly likely to cause autism in unborn children. A claim so dangerous and wrong it makes flat earthers look like Nobel Prize winners. So yeah, America, movies, iPhones, brilliant. But when it comes to trusting America's leadership, forget it. America's basically the mate you want at the party because he's got the best playlist, but you definitely don't want to hand him the car keys because last time he got behind the wheel, he tried to drive it into a hurricane while telling everyone to drink bleach. To be fair, all right, without US manpower in World War II, we'd probably always speak in German. America invented the microchip and the internet. They put the first humans on the moon, top of the medal table in all the Olympics, some of the best universities in the world and research institutes. Nobody denies America's genius. When America sets its sights on the moonshot, it can achieve the actual impossible. But here's the real number one list. Count it down with me. Number one in Olympics. Number one in Nobel Prizes. Number one is space exploration, but number one is school shootings. Number one is civilian gun ownership. Number one in gun deaths among wealthy countries. Number one in obesity. Number one in prison population, over 2 million, which is more than China, who has 4 times the population. Number one in national debt. Number one in homelessness in the developed world. Number one in healthcare spending, but nowhere near number one in results. So yes, America is brilliant at moonshots. It can invent the future, win wars, dominate sports, but on the basics, keeping people alive, safe and educated and housed, it's not number one. It's not even close. Until America fixes those failures, calling it the best country in the world isn't patriotism, it's fucking delusion.
All right. I think we're going to cap it there. So thank you so much, Craig, for your introductory statement. I want to welcome everybody here to Modern Day Debate. If this is your first time here, hit the like button, share this out in the spaces you like having these discussions. We are a neutral platform hosting debates on science, politics, and religion. So we do hope you feel welcome. We see lots of people debating in the live chat. And I do want to let you know, if you have a question for either of our speakers, either Craig or Andrew, you can put it into a super chat, just like MC12 Demon Killer did for $4.99. And we will ask that question at the end of the show. So MC12's got the goat on the first question already. So get your super chats in. We'll read those at the end. Without further ado, and I'll apologize in advance. I'm pretty sure this is the first time that we've met Andrew. It's going to be a pleasure to have you here. We had a little back chatter before the debate. I can tell it's going to be a great tone going forward. So, well, not that you didn't set a great tone there, Craig, but we're going to have a great debate. So thanks for being here, Andrew, and I'm going to hand you the floor.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Andrew, and thank you, Craig. You were making a lot of my points for me there at the end. I in no way said that America was perfect. I don't think that's the prompt. But we are saying that America is the best. So let's take a look at this question. Why are we the best, right? And what does it mean to be the best? I think Craig said something like educated, safe. So we'll have to get to what the definition is. But why is America the best? First, let's look at the most visible sign of a nation's greatness. The demand to be part of it. America has the longest line to get in. Every year, millions of people from around the world, different cultures, languages, and backgrounds, all strive for the same thing, a chance to live in the United States. If America were not the best, the line to enter would be short, but it's not. People risk everything, sometimes even their lives, for the opportunity to be here. That demand alone speaks volumes, and Craig will have to account for this as to why do people still want to come here if it's not the best place to come. The market doesn't agree with you. So second, America is the home of the longest standing constitution in history. For nearly 250 years, this document has provided stability, freedom, and a framework of government that has inspired nations across the globe. Other governments rise, fall, other constitutions crumble under pressure, but America has endured. It has weathered wars, crises, and social upheavals, yet it continues to guide the nation forward. This document. The durability is not accidental. It's proof of the strength and vision that built this country. Third, America offers an unmatched opportunity for economic growth. Nowhere else in the world is the pathway from poverty to prosperity so open. Time and time again, we hear stories of people coming here with little more than the clothes on their backs, who through hard work and determination rise to become business leaders, innovators, and even billionaires. This is the rule of the American dream. It doesn't mean success is guaranteed, but it means opportunity is guaranteed. America provides the soil where anyone, regardless of where they start, can grow into their fullest potential. And fourth, America, and I think Craig agrees with me on this as he was giving some cultural nods to us, it's a culture, one that has shaped the entire world. To be American is more than simply living within our borders, as Craig suggested in our first debate. It means embracing a unique blend of values, traditions, and creativity that sets us apart. American culture through music, movies, sports, technology, and fashion has become the world's pop culture. From Hollywood to hip hop, from the Super Bowl to Silicon Valley, America doesn't just participate in global culture, it defines it. It's not by accident. Our culture thrives because it reflects freedom, individuality, and innovation. That's why when my opponent says America is simply anyone who lives here, he's wrong. An American belongs to a shared identity rooted in freedom and creativity. And that identity changed the way the entire world thinks, speaks, dresses, and dreams. So when we ask, is America the best? The answer is clear. It's the most desired, it's the most durable, it's the most promising, and it's the most influential nation on earth. And that's why the line to get in is the longest. That's why its Constitution has outlasted all the others, and why the American dream continues to inspire, and why the American culture has become the world's culture. Thank you.
All right, that was a quick intro. Well, thank you so much for the introduction there, Andrew. We do appreciate you being here at Modern Day Debate. Once again, like I said, everybody, we are going to ask some questions at the end of the show. But in the meantime, while you guys do your super chats and, like I say, smash that like button, help boost us up in the algorithm. We are live right now if you're hanging out in the live chat. So appreciate you guys all and your support. I'm going to set a timer here for you guys, and I will check in at that time unless anything goes awry. My name is Rye, so it's bound to. I'm going to take you off mute there, Craig. No more dad jokes. I'm going to hand it over to you, Craig, to respond to some of what you just heard, and feel free to jump in there, Andrew, when it feels appropriate. Try to work with each other. So go ahead, Craig.
Thank you for that intro, Andrew, full of actually a couple of good points. Just before I get going, though, I do want to say that if you want to come and throw eggs at me live, I will be in Nashville, Tennessee from the 15th to the 16th of November as part of DebateCon 6 put on by Modern Day Debates. I'll be debating Rachel Wilson on is feminism good or bad for society? Possibly another debate as well. Yeah, as yet, we're working out the details, but there's also going to be a lot of good debates there, like Andrew Wilson versus some very big doctor about Christianity and secular humanism. Also, you get to see Planet Peterson for the first time live. So check out the tickets, which I'm sure are in the description of this video. And I just did my job there. James, I think that was 50 quid, James said. Was it $50?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, you did a better job promoting DebateCon 6. See, I'm hanging out in Canada for DebateCon 6, so sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't know I'm going to be coming yet. I am going to have to remove the Trump memes from my phone before I pass through security in America, I'm pretty sure, so,
No big face JD Vance memes. We talked about this in the pre-show. You got to wipe your Google Drive as well, okay? All right.
Yeah, right, Andrew, thank you. So, your main point is really that people want to come to America, right? And, yeah, that has been the case. The American dream, people want to go to America and with a couple of bits of clothing and get their life. But the thing is, as with a lot of the things that I pointed out, that was the case, and it's not really anymore. Through May 2025, from the year previous, international arrivals in America are down 7.4% compared to the same previous time in the year last year. July 2025, overseas arrival fell by 3%. Analysts expect an 8.2% decline in inbound visitors for the year. That's millions fewer tourists. This is, a trend that we see increasing more and more. So yes, I agree with you. The American dream has existed for decades, but it seems to be falling apart. There is a decline in people wanting to go to America. That point of yours has now dropped away because the numbers say it's not as true as it was.
Okay, I appreciate that, Craig. Thank you. That is quite the claim there. I do have those numbers actually, and it is true. Maybe we won't be debating as viciously as last time because I actually agree with you. I agree. It is declining. However, that doesn't mean that it isn't the best, right? So like we can have the best sports team that may not do as well as the previous year, but they're still the best team. So we have to figure out maybe what we mean by the word best. I was going off a definition that was, I think it was effective, I can tell you, but we can go over that. But let me address your point. Yeah, we can go, but I'll excuse me. I'll address the point that you were making.
So a YouGov poll in the UK showed that the percentage of people choosing to go to America for their holidays had dropped by 46%.
For their holidays, I'm saying they want to live here. Like,
yeah,
why
but not just to live there, but to go there. Tourism is a major part of what will make people want to go to America, not just to live there, but to go and visit there. You might want to go and visit to check if you want to live there. But for people deciding to just go to America, for people in the UK deciding where they want to go to holiday, 46% less have decided to go to America. They have chosen to go to other places. Canada, interestingly, has seen a roughly equivalent increase in the amount of people wanting to go there.
All right, don't pull me into this. But I do want to say, just right quick, before you pull me into this, but Andrew, your mic is a lot lower than Craig's right now.
Okay, is that better if I get a little closer?
Maybe as well if, Craig, you can turn your preamp down just slightly. I can boost you on my end. I don't know if that's going to mess with your stream, but you are quite a bit louder.
Because all the issues we used to have with Zoom, I had to install a program that monitors my levels and adjusts them automatically, and I can tell it to be a little less hardcore.
Well, with Andrew being a little closer, if you
can you hear me better?
I think just talking a little further away is fine. Yeah, as long as you maybe speak up a little bit, maybe talk a little calmer, we might be able to hear you guys a little more evenly. Let's carry on though. So just a quick reminder of your last point there, Craig. We'll carry on.
So my point is that so people have wanted to go to America, but the numbers wanting to live and to go there for vacation are both dropping. Not only the numbers for vacation and living, but the numbers wanting to do business with America are also dropping. Interest in America. I breathed wrong somehow. Wow, I just forgot how to breathe. That's weird. Interest in America.
Right. My goodness.
Interest in America in general, around the rest of the world, as in interest in wanting to associate with America, has dropped. And even if, like your analogy of it being a sports team that weren't quite as good, that aren't quite as good as they used to be, that they're still better than everyone else, but it's still a trend. Man United in the UK used to dominate, and they were the best, but now they can barely crack the top half of the Premier League.
Got it. I remember the point. Okay. And I would argue that the reason that is because we're becoming less American. Let me explain to you what I mean. New York City, which is very close, 10 minutes from where I live, used to be 20% immigrants just 20 years ago. Now it's 40% immigrants. So as we're losing some of our American culture. We have cities in this country, Dearborn, Michigan included, where they play a call to prayer in the morning. So as we become less American, which you didn't agree last time, that Christian identity is part of it, but it is. And because of that, as we're moving away from that, you are seeing less desirability and America is trending down. I do think that we're fixing that. I do think this administration, who you seem to hate so much and have terrible TDS, you should get that checked.
Dude, I'm not the one with the TDS.
Hold on. Just, let's not get caught up in that. So you are saying that with those
let me finish my point. Okay,
with those influxes, just to clarify that it's too fast to actually integrate people in the culture so that they would have that American identity as
correct.
You're
and that's the
identifying
cause for the decline. Let me just finish my point. I'll kick it back to Craig. America is still by far, I believe it's 1.1 million pending applications for people to move to the United States per year. The next closest country was Germany, and it was about half, 500,000. So Craig's going to have to account for why that is. If it's not the best country, why does the market say that it is? The market is responding in a different way.
Again, I have addressed that, and I've agreed that historically that is the case, but the trend says not anymore. The trend says less people want to go to America, and you made my point for me. It's less American. It's not the best anymore. You made my points for me in everything that you just said. Although it does always confuse me when Americans complain about immigrants, because that's literally your country. But anyway,
settlers.
You made my point.
Hold on. Craig, to be fair, he did say that it was just the rate of immigration he doesn't feel is able to integrate within American
they're not
culture.
Assimilating.
That goes to my point.
There is and we weren't founded by immigrants. We were founded by settlers. There's a difference. Settlers build something. Immigrants come to something already built.
they immigrated from somewhere else. But anyway,
came and settled the land that was not settled already.
Yeah,
it's
they still immigrated.
Not the same thing.
Native Americans would disagree.
That builds nothing. Only takes
the Native Americans would
from the
definitely
society.
disagree.
A settler goes to somewhere.
All right, can you stop now so I can continue my point? You're getting off track here, dude.
Sure,
there is a little bit of a delay there, so I know there's some fun to have some back and forth. But
Andrew, try and stay on track. Right, we're talking about
just
America
what you
now.
said about immigrants.
All right, let's just keep it on point.
Andrew, let's stop complaining about words. Right, Andrew, let's stop complaining about words and stick to the topic
we're not
of the
talking
conversation.
about. We're not going to complain about the words. Just one second. I'm going to hand the floor back to you, Craig, but I don't want you to like make analysis about what you think is happening in the debate. All right, it's a live debate. You know, we're not going to psychoanalyze it. Just respond to the point if you can.
Yeah, and I what I was trying to do. I'm literally trying to get back to the point, but Andrew keeps walking away from it. So we're talking about now, and you are making my points for me that right now the decline is happening. Less people want to go to America, and analysts all predict that that trend is going to continue. And it's because of what is happening in America at the moment. Less people want to go there. People are looking at America and realizing that it's a country full of the highest rates of homelessness in the world. Okay, you can say people want to come here all you want, right? Okay. That doesn't make the country the best, right? All my data that I presented.
That's your point right there. Let's hand it back to Andrew. So responding to the homelessness, we got to try to hone in on a few things here before we throw so much stuff out we can't respond. All right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to a particular point. I'm confused.
Oh, I thought you meant you were trying to throw out so much he can't respond. But yeah,
no, not at all. I'm saying that all his point there is irrelevant, and we need to talk about what's actually happening. So we look at the points that were being made, and the homelessness is the biggest one. How can you say the country is the best when it has the highest rate of homelessness in the modern world? 277,000 people, including old people, disabled people, veterans, children, pregnant mothers, had to sleep on the streets of America. That is 10 times higher than any other developed nation. Please explain to me how that allows America to be the best when those are the stats.
Well, first of all, no one's homeless because of lack of opportunity. We do have a mental health issue, which is also a large cause of other issues you brought up, like the gun issue. Because we've had just as many guns in this country since the 50s. We didn't have as many mass shootings, easily debunked. But the point is, for what you're saying, what is the best, right? I think that's what you're asking. What makes something the best? And even if we're on the decline, still way more people want to come here than anywhere else. And you'll have to.
Sorry, with all due respect, you're missing my point.
Which country is the best then? If it's not America,
so can we stick on a single point?
Hold on, and why people are not in line to go there and sneaking into there.
Okay, I'm going to have to pull you back to my point because you totally sidestepped it. I want to focus on the homelessness, and we'll go point by point and see if America is actually the best. So
no, because you're literally building a straw man and arguing.
No, I'm not building a straw man. I'm looking at the numbers.
I'm not saying that we're perfect. My claim is not that we're perfect. My claim is that we're better than everybody else.
Can I finish what I'm saying, please?
Well, hold on. Just so you can respond to what he's saying is that he's saying that people are not as excited to go to other places to settle down and live. So if you could respond to that point, so that we can actually engage with.
I've already done that. That's the point. I've gone through all that, and I'm talking. He's running away from. Can we get on the conversation, please? Right, I'm going to stick to the conversation, which is America being the best. And we're going to focus on the things that are happening in America. And first I'm going to talk about homelessness, okay? So homelessness, there is 277,000 people. Actually, it went up from the last stats I read, 312,000 people literally sleeping on the streets of America. That is more than 10 times anywhere else in the developed world. Please explain to me how that one stat of homelessness makes America the best in that area.
Well, I think that's why we need to define what best is. Again, I'm not arguing.
Okay, the best is in number one.
Let me finish my sentence, dude. I'm not arguing that we're perfect. That's why I said you're building a straw man. I'm not arguing that. I'm not.
Can you please stop avoiding the conversation?
Just 2 seconds.
Every single issue that we have.
Why is everything you say red herring?
Huh?
Why is everything you say red herring? Homelessness. I want a yes or a no. Does America have? Okay, I'm going to break this down to yes or no questions if that's where we need to go. Yes or no. Does America have the best homeless stats in the world? Yes or no? Are they the best at looking at... Right, okay, right. Maybe it's very, very simple. Are America the best in the world at looking after the homeless people in their country? Yes or no?
If I answer your question, can we define the term best for the rest of the debate?
The best will mean... Right, I will define best for you, okay?
Can we
best
agree on a definition of best? So we're talking about the same thing?
I was in the middle of a sentence. Right. Best means, literally, we look at the stats and compare it to others. If it is number one in the positive aspect, it is the best. If it is anything less than number one, it is not the best, i.e., America is the best at producing Nobel Prize laureates in the world. They are number one. The numbers show that America are the best. They have the highest number. Number two, I think, was Germany. Number three was Poland. Number four was the UK, if I'm correct. Now, that means that they are the second, third, and fourth best. America is the best because the numbers show they are better than the others. Does that work for you?
And you think that's accumulative? I just want to clarify. You think it's that those things have to, that there's an acclamation of those things?
Well, we can do, we can take all the points that I made and see if America is the best in any of them, and then do an average and see if it works out that America is actually the best overall. Compare, actually based on the data and statistics of what is going on.
Then, all right. So to be fair, you've talked for quite a little bit. I don't want to put you on mute, but Andrew did ask if you could define that. Now we're going to let Andrew do that as well, since you've taken the time to do so. So Andrew, if you could tell us what it means to be the best country, if it's an accumulative thing or if it just is. So I'll just let you take the wheel.
Actually, all the definitions that I found had three components. Craig's touching on one of them, but they pretty much all had excellence, effectiveness, and desirability as a type of quality. Almost all of them. That's why I keep going back to that. And I would like Craig to find a definition that didn't have that aspect of desirability in there, because it's important. Yes, we are the most effective. We govern, our policies shape the world. Trump clearly lives in Craig's head rent-free. We are the most excellent in many areas. Not every area, I'm not stating that, but in many areas, as Craig alluded for me. Nobel Prizes, pop culture, many areas we are excellent, and I've already proved that we're the most desirable place to be. So I don't really know, picking at our problems, more money, more problems, Craig. Yeah, we got problems. We're not perfect, but we are, in my opinion, America is the best nation by far for all these reasons. And if you can't tell me another place that people want to go more, then I don't see how you deal with that desirability aspect.
Okay, so I've already addressed that, and I'm going to do it once more, and I really hope you don't avoid the conversation and just go back to the same thing again. Once again, yes, I agree that historically, America has been more desirable. However, there is a downward trend, and analysts predict that will increase. America will not be the best desirable place to be. So we need to look... now. I let you speak and I didn't interrupt you. Could you please give me the same courtesy? Could you please give me the same courtesy?
Carry on, Craig.
Thank you. So, analysts predict that downward trend is going to continue. And like my analysis with Man United, for many, many years, dominating the Premiership, being the best, they stopped being the best. And other people became the best. So let's look at what is happening in America right now and see if they are actually the best by looking at the statistics. If they were the best, they would have the best rates of healthcare and homelessness and things like that. So you never answered me yes or no, even though I defined it. So I'm going to ask you yes or no again. Is America the best in the world at looking after its homeless people? Yes or no?
Is that the prompt? No. How about that?
No. Right. Thank you. Okay. So no.
Okay, but let me finish now. I answered your question. You know that you caught yourself. I
haven't finished my point, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you just asked me a question, so it's my turn.
You answered the question, and now I'm going to continue the point.
No, Craig.
I answered it.
Let's let him actually answer the question in full.
It was a yes or no question. That's the thing. It was simply a yes or no question.
Continue. So you basically just said that they're predicting that America won't be the best. And you caught yourself saying it, and then you switched it up. So you really know the answer.
I'm going to have to ask you not to lie about me.
So,
Andrew, I'm going to have to ask you not to lie.
I hate to go back to it, and I'm going to ask you again.
Moderator, could you please? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to.
Your question, you have to now answer my question.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask for moderation here.
Do people want to go to? The best restaurant in town is not the one with the open door. It's the one that you can't get into.
Why am I getting moderated?
It's the one that you can never go to. So
I'm going to have to ask for moderation here. Could you please ask him to not lie about me?
What did I say?
You said a bunch of things that I didn't say during this conversation.
Specifically?
Like, you just said things that I didn't actually say during this conversation, and you're ignoring the points that I am making.
What did he say that was not accurate? Let's just clarify, and then we'll ask.
I don't know if you were not paying attention. I didn't say anything about you. What I'm saying is that I answered your question. You're going to have to answer. I don't know if that's like a tactic. You're going to have to answer my question.
Yeah, I already answered your question.
It's on the, okay, let me ask it. It's on the decline, but still no one is above us. So if no one is above us, I know this is difficult, then how could we not be the best? Whether it's going like this, if the next one is still down here, we're still the best, right?
Okay,
how do you
so
for this? Which country is the best then?
So which country, if your statistics are correct, I haven't checked them, I would have to check them, but if your statistics are correct that at the moment America is the most desirable country, then in that one area, they are the best. Now let's look at all the other areas.
Okay, and just
so homelessness, we agree that homelessness, you're not the best, correct?
That's been established. We're going to move on.
Right, so
we're
one all.
Let's.
Do you think you could keep? Do you think you could keep track, maybe, Ryan? That's 1-1, right?
Well, let's. Well, like I say, he's not saying that they're the best in all aspects. He's clarified that a few times. But maybe if you want to talk about the healthcare system, you brought that up in the beginning. I think that's something that gets brought up a lot in these debates.
Okay, but to be the best, you have to actually be the best, not just in a little bit. In actually everything, you have to be the best. I never claimed that this debate is about America being perfect. I never said that you said America is perfect. You claimed America is the best country in the world. The best country in the world would not have the highest rate of homelessness in the world. You are not the best because you are the worst at looking after your homeless. Do you agree that you are, in fact, the worst at looking after your homeless in the modern world?
No, I don't agree that we're the worst at looking after our homeless.
The statistics would disagree.
I've seen people that live in China that live indoors way worse than our homeless that live in Venice Beach.
Indoors is homeless. Indoors isn't homeless. We're talking about homeless, right? Specifically, as I mentioned, hold on, Andrew, let me clarify.
Homeless.
Andrew, let me clarify. Could I clarify, please? Right? Yeah. I don't want you to straw man me. So when I talk about homeless, as I specifically said, I mean people sleeping rough on the streets. All right. So, in the modern world, does America have the worst record for homeless people sleeping rough on the streets?
No.
Yes, they do.
Actually, most of our homeless live in Venice Beach, and nobody is homeless. Just to teach you something about America, no one in America is homeless because they don't have a home.
The homeless people would disagree.
Exist. They're homeless because they don't want to go to the places and the facilities to get help because they're not allowed to use drugs because they have mental health issues. Yeah, we have issues. I'm not saying that. However, here's another fact for you, another stat that you may like. Since you like countries that help, right? You think that we don't try to help our homeless. America spends 67%, and this is U.S. IRS data, 67% of the money that it takes in, not its GDP, the money it takes in, its tax revenue, almost 70% on social and entitlement programs. Dollar for dollar, more than any other country in the world. So if you hate America, really you hate the things that you're advocating for because they've really taken this place over anyway, and that's the reason you're seeing the decline. It's the things that you're advocating for. And conservatives want to bring us back to when things were, we're still the best, and things were better. And
this isn't a left versus right debate. Let's not turn it into that,
people
please.
Like Craig.
Right, moderator. I just want you to make sure that this doesn't turn into a left versus right debate. He's bringing up politics stuff. It's not that.
Okay.
So let's stick to the stats about America and if they're the best or
not.
So,
I mean, to be fair, I mean, left or right, you know, you can say there's a left wing and a right wing in America. So
I'm
I mean,
not left or right though. So I mean, I don't need him spouting, oh, you leftist, rightist, because I don't care about that. All right, it's irrelevant to. It's I hate Trump. Right.
You brought it up.
Let me clarify why I hate Trump. My channel.
You brought it up.
No, it's not political. Let me clarify why. Shut up and let me talk. Let me clarify why I hate Trump. It's because my channel is about attacking stupidity. And Trump is one of the stupidest people on the planet. He literally said that paracetamol is highly likely the reason why unborn children get autism, which is the stupidest thing that has been said by anyone in power ever. It's not political. I don't hate Trump because of politics. I hate Trump because he's a fucking idiot, okay? Don't make it political when it's not. Now, we've agreed that America have the worst homeless record in the modern world.
No,
so
we don't agree. The World Population Review actually says Pakistan has the world's worst homeless numbers.
Yeah, that wouldn't count as the modern world.
That's the World Population Review.
So once again, you're strawmanning me. I have said the modern world. Pakistan is not included in what is classed as the modern world.
Oh, excuse me.
Right? Yeah, so among developed nations.
Semantical error.
Right. I've been very clear with my language, so I just want to make sure that you don't
my error. I apologize.
Yes. So I'm just saying, I've been very clear. Anyway, so worst homelessness.
I like how Andrew's just passing you off entirely. It's like, just you can do it. It's all good.
Worst in homelessness. So let's look at other stats like education. Do American children rank the best in the world in maths and science? Yes or no?
Again, you're arguing with someone who's not me. I'm not saying that we're perfect. We have to go back to what is the
definition. It was a yes or no question, my friend.
If I tell him that he's arguing with a position that's not mine, should he steal me at my position? I don't know what to do here. I'm not.
It was a yes or no question. America, just answered the yes or no
question. So you can go down and make it seem like every problem makes us not the best. You have to explain why the market. Do you know how markets work?
So yes or no question. It was a yes or no question.
The market tells us. We don't have to debate it. The market tells us by desirability where people want to go, and even if it's on the decline, it's
Brian,
more
I might just leave if he's not going to
else.
engage in conversations with me.
Go ahead. You're not engaging.
No, I'm literally asking questions and you're not responding. So I'm going to try once more. I'm going to try once more to get a yes or no answer out of you because it's a yes or no question. Do American children rank the best in the world at maths and science? Yes or no?
Is that the prompt? I don't understand.
I'm going to ask it again. Do American children rank the best in the world at maths or science? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So,
right. Thank you. Right. So that's 2-1.
Something, right?
To be fair, like I say, if Andrew was to be
not my point.
Like for hypothetical purposes, if he brought up and said, "Hey, we're number one for AI development," maybe that's not true. But if he did, I don't think he would say that's a point.
I've been doing that
him.
the entire time. Craig won't engage with it. We're number one and where people want to go. The market tells you which.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Yeah.
You are
now
number one.
But you are getting one thing. I'm looking at
any other place. They're sneaking in. They're trying to get visas. They're trying to live here. Even medical reasons, as Craig likes to bring up. Even our terrible medical system that is so terrible. People still come here when they get really sick, don't they, Craig?
That's him.
It's me? I'm addressing what you said. Am I allowed to talk, or every time I talk, it's like a problem?
Well, no, you're just ignoring the conversation.
No, I'm bringing up. I'm addressing your points. Your medical point. I'm addressing all your points. Your medical point. I just explained it to you. So which point have I not addressed? And I'll address it again.
Okay, so we just to clarify, we agree America not the best with looking after homeless, not the best at kids with maths and English. Do American children rank the best in the world at reading? Yes or no?
Do they rank number one in reing in the world? No.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another thing. Not the best. What does that mean? So that's 4-1. I'm getting an aggregate. I'm just getting.
There's not a country that ranks number one in everything.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting a score going. So it's 4-1 right now. So healthcare. Is America number one is the best in the world at making people bankrupt because they're sick? Yes or no?
I don't know who you're debating with. I've told you 20 times I'm not going to defend every problem of America. That's not the prompt.
So it's definitely not the best in the world then.
Which country's the best, Craig?
Certainly not
And
America,
why?
because the best country in the world wouldn't make you bankrupt when you get a
Which
broken
is
arm.
it then?
I don't think any countries rank as the best in the world.
There's
Particularly. They're
no
all
best?
pretty shit.
Oh, how convenient for you. Because you know the answer.
I don't know who is the best, but that's not the prompt. The prompt is America the best? And I'm proving that America is not the best with
But if
statistics.
they're not, then someone else is, right?
Okay, well, that's a debate for another day. Who is the best country in the world? We can look at statistics.
If you can't name the best country, then
That's a straw man. That's a straw man and a red herring. No, that's a straw man. Okay, it's a red herring. It's a red herring then. It's literally
So you
red
just
herring.
want to name all the reasons America's not the best without giving us an alternative or what?
You know,
is the best?
I don't have to offer an alternative. I don't have to say who is the best. I just have to point out that America's not number one.
That's not how markets work. So if the most people want to go somewhere,
where's market
I don't
mentioned
think you
in the prompt
understand
of
how,
the debate?
huh?
Where's market mentioned in the prompt of the debate?
Hold on. A market can be a sign of growth and sustainability. So let's let Andrew make the point. Let's not try to just brush it off. Let's answer the question. So let's talk about that.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at one of his biggest claims here. You said America has the largest pending applications. What did you say about that again?
Yeah, it was. I think it was 1.1 million. I have all the numbers here.
Right. So the European Union has 3.7 million pending applications.
Well, it depends on what type of visa you're talking about.
Oh,
The
right.
European Union as
You just
all
said
the
people wanting to come
entirety
to.
of Europe. That's not
No,
one
the
country.
European Union, which is the
Right,
same
and
as
how
the
many
United
countries
States
does
of
that
America.
include? How many countries does that include? In the
It
European
includes
Union?
member states, the same as the United States of America.
I'm asking which countries are included.
There's a bunch of countries in the European Union.
Right. So we're not comparing. This is a false comparison here.
Well, no, because it's the same. It's
can't
member
compare
states
20
in the
countries.
right.
Look at how
Let me
you
ask you
try
a
to
quick
smuggle that in
question.
there. Look
Can I
at how
ask
you
you a
tried
quick?
to smuggle that in, Craig.
Can I ask you a quick question? Is America a bunch of member states? Yes or no?
Yeah, but it's only one
Right.
nation.
Okay. So is the European Union a bunch of member states? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's multiple nations. Not
No.
comparable.
So it's a yes or no question. Is the European Union a bunch of member states? Yes or no?
Not equivalent to.
No.
America.
Is the European
They're
Union
sovereign
a bunch
nations.
of
What are you
member
talking
states?
about,
Yes
Craig?
or no?
Craig, are you
Andrew,
trying to
it's a
argue
simple
that?
yes or no question, my friend. Is the
Did someone
European
give you this
Union?
from your chat? Are you trying to argue that all multiple
Andrew,
countries put together?
wait. Before you move away, is the European
wanna
Union
argue
a
with
bunch
your-
of member states? Yes or no?
Member states?
Yes.
It's a bunch of nations.
Is the European Union a bunch of member states? Yes or no?
I don't know what this guy's doing here.
I'm asking you a yes or no question.
Is it multiple countries?
Is the European Union a bunch of member states? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Same as the United States of America. They are equivalent.
Okay. So you're saying more.
There is 3 times the pending applications to join an equivalent member state area than the United States of America.
Yeah, but he said the European Union.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Union, just like the United States of America is a union.
Yeah, but it's only one nation involved. So you can't make
full
a
of member
comparison.
states. The European
understand.
Union doesn't look at individual countries. It looks at the European Union as a whole.
Yeah, I know.
So European
So you're taking
Union,
multiple
union
countries
versus
into
union.
account, and you're saying if you add them all up with this union, then the most people want to come here. I'm saying just one country. You see how you're trying to smuggle that in? Because there's no other answer. That's the reason. But I get it. I get what you're trying to do. Sure.
The European Union is
want to
also a
go to the
smaller
European
area
Union.
than the United States of America overall, and more people want to go there.
More people
Weird.
want to go to the European Union.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
That has nothing to do with the prompt.
Oh, you were the one that brought it up.
Yeah, because those two things are not comparable. That's like saying more people want to go to the northern hemisphere. Okay.
No, it's 2 unions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to be fair, I do see it as a multiple country union versus one country.
Come on,
so
dude.
I feel like this is not really helpful for this discussion. So unless we can steer it
It is
in-
helpful because it shows that he has to compare multiple countries to the United States just to have a shot.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. But let's just say here, if we can't shift gears too much, we can get into the audience questions. We do have a couple of them. I do want to remind the audience that we will take the questions at the end of the discussion, unless there's some other major thing that we might be able to dig into. It does seem like we're really, going in the circle here. So. Yeah, if you guys can help me out here and try to push the conversation to some new territory, maybe if you want to talk about military or, worldwide influence, that might be a good place to go. I'll hand it to you, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about any of the points, that I brought up for what constitutes the best. And I think we already talked about desirability. That's the one that you're saying we're going around in circles on. But we could talk about excellence and we could talk about effectiveness. You brought up the U.S. military. I'm not saying we're perfect. That's not my position. I'm not saying we never do anything wrong. That's not my position. I'm saying that we're effective. I'm saying that if you saw that bunker buster that we dropped in Iran, call it like from the I forgot what they're called, those stealth jets. You can't say we're not effective. Whether you like us, whether you hate us, effectiveness, especially in our military power, and thank you for bringing that up. It's a great point. We are, for sure, the most effective when it comes to wielding military power. So Craig can try to take a crack at this. This is more along the definitions of what best is. So sure, effectiveness.
So your statistic you want to look at is effectiveness of military.
Effectiveness in general, in any aspect. It's part of the definition.
The United Kingdom once took over the majority of the world. The phrase "the sun never sets" on the British Empire came about because the sun literally never set on the British Empire, because there was somewhere all around the world owned by the British. So if you were to say who is the most effective military force in history, the answer would probably be the British.
Well, they were the best then. I'll concede that. At that time, they were the best. Currently, we're the best. It's like if you want to...
And you say you're the best by... and how do you say that? How many other countries have been conquered by America and are owned by America and are part of a Commonwealth of America? I agree that America has an extremely strong military. There's no doubting that they have the most nuclear bombs and things like that. But to straight up say, they are the best military that's ever existed or is in existence is there's a lot of nuance to answer that question. I will 100% say, yeah, they have the most powerful military in the world. They have that as number one. If you want to say they're the best at power, yes, they've got the most nuclear bombs. They've got the most aircraft carriers. They've got the most fighter jets. And those are statistics that we can look at. But then we have to look at the amount of money that is spent on that compared to actual people and the health of the people. If so much money wasn't spent on the American military, more money could be spent on healthcare and people wouldn't go bankrupt from having a broken leg. It swings and roundabouts. So do they have the most powerful, best military in the world right now? Probably. I'll concede to that, right? 100, let's say, yeah, right now they have probably the best military, the most powerful military in the world. But does that necessarily mean that America are the best when you look at what it's costing America?
Well, we would be the best at fighting, right? Like no military other in the world would be able to beat us, right? So we would
a bunch of United States Marines versus some SAS. I'll put money on SAS every time.
All right, let him answer the question.
Right.
Sorry, that was a bit of ribbon.
No,
I apologize.
let him
that was
answer.
Just a bit of
You're gonna waffle your way out of a good answer.
No, that was just a poking. I was just playing. I was just having fun.
Stop taking yourself off mute, you bass. Anyway, all right. No, I'm not gonna swear at you. All right, go ahead, Andrew.
I lost my train of thought there. Just
yeah, you're just swear at him, Ryan.
I was about to go.
Anyway, sorry.
Sorry, I was literally just trying to have a little bit of fun poking there. That was just
And then you drug me into it. See, you're a problem, straight up, sir. All right, remind Andrew where we were. Weak little thing. You probably are literally like a 5'4" shrimpling. Anyways, go ahead, Craig.
Oh, okay. I think I remember. So, Craig, you had said that America wasn't the best. Like maybe you conceded we had the best military, but we weren't the best because instead of spending all that money, and I'm just steelman, you tell me if this is correct, because we got sidetracked. Instead of spending all that money on military, we should be spending it on the people. Is that correct?
Not completely. It's close. I'm saying that the cost of having the most powerful in the military means that resources are taking away from other things. Okay? That the money that is spent on military, you don't need all those nuclear bombs. All right? Yay, number one, America, woohoo, we've got more nuclear bombs than anywhere else. But the billions of pounds that have been spent on those nuclear bombs could have been feeding and sheltering homeless people, or putting back into the education system, or making healthcare more affordable for people. Just because you have the largest and biggest military doesn't mean that that is the best thing. Does the bully on the playground, are they the best because they've got the biggest slingshot? No, it just means they've got the biggest slingshot.
Well, we're talking about effectiveness, right? And effective governing, effective global relationships has to do with military power. Those two things are connected. There's just no way around that. I know you know about force doctrine. We don't have to get into it, but it does always come down to, if you can't enforce it, it doesn't exist, right? So there is a military aspect to effectiveness that's very, very important. And then to address your point about funds going other places, I already addressed this point specifically with statistics. 67% of the money that America takes in, again, not GDP, 66% of the money that we take in, tax revenue, goes back out to entitlement programs. More, and it's dollar for dollar more than anywhere else in the world. So if we're not doing it the best, and just so you know, homelessness isn't a problem that you can throw money at, because we have studies like California where $2 billion a year is spent on homelessness and the problem never gets solved.
That's mismanagement, not the money's problem.
Yeah, right. So we have other.
If the money's used effectively, homelessness can be solved. Let's look at Sweden and Finland, who literally use money to solve the homeless problem.
Right, we have to get rid of all the politicians that agree with you, like Gavin Newsom, and we wouldn't have this problem. All the ones that hate
again,
Trump,
can we? I have asked specifically, can we not make this political?
I never would have brought Trump up if you didn't bring it up originally. I got to defend him a little bit.
I explained to you why I bring up Trump. Nothing, no politics. It's because Trump's a fucking idiot. It's as simple as that. All right. He is a stupid person, and anyone sane can see this.
I mean, he's pretty fucking cool, to be honest. I mean, he goes to the UFC, the whole arena erupts. He's like,
just
it's wild. It's wild to see. He's the man. And you don't want to be a hater, right?
You think a convicted felon and sexual abuser confirmed by a civil court case is pretty cool?
A sexual abuser confirmed by a civil case? Does that even correct?
Yes.
I mean, you see what goes on with political. All right, let's stay on track here. We'll get off of this.
I don't want to defend and that gave me it actually gave me the ick that you said Trump's pretty cool. Seriously.
Trump's the man, dude. Like, he would never hang out with you, but I know that's why it makes you so angry.
I don't want to hang out with orange people.
Like, you don't understand American culture. The dude is cool. He's been going to sporting events, UFC fights. The whole place goes crazy. Even in New York, he was just at, I think it was Yankee Stadium.
Booed him in New
Even
York.
in New York, they go crazy for him.
He got booed at New York. What do you mean?
Aren't falling for the nonsense anymore, dude. It's all propaganda.
Did you not hear him getting booed in New York?
He's not some like pervert. He's a grandpa that dances YMCA. He loves his grandchildren. You're like,
he's literally a sexual abuser.
No, he's not, dude.
He was confirmed in a civil court case by a jury as a sexual abuser. Did you not know that?
I'm not here to defend. Like, this is not what the prompt is. But
I do feel like it's fair to talk about Trump just because he's
Trump's
an abuser, and I'm
he's America's representative.
Let me just defend him. So you're just following the mainstream left-wing narrative about Trump.
No, nothing left-wing. This is a jury.
Let me finish my point. We have a word for that. It's called sheep, or as the left calls it, useful idiots. That's what you're being, dude. You never met Trump. Have you ever met him?
All right, I'll take you off mute there. I do think it's fair to talk about Trump just because, just like any of our world leaders, he is America's representative. But go ahead there, Craig. Have you ever met Trump? Is I think the question as far as being fair to
we
assess.
had beer the other week. I thought he was a bit of a twat. Anyway, were you not aware that Trump was literally found guilty by a jury of sexual abuse
in New York?
Yeah.
It's a political witch hunt, dude. Obviously, the guy's never been arrested his
by a
entire
jury,
life.
dude.
Then he gets 97 charges 6 months before he runs for election.
Dude.
It does. That's why I'm saying useful idiot.
Jury,
useful
dude.
idiot.
There was a jury.
Useful
a jury.
Idiot.
The jury. A jury found him guilty of sexual assault. Did you not
a
know
jury
that?
of New York deranged TDS people? How's
Do you
that
have any
jury
evidence that's what the jury is full of?
Huh?
Do you have any evidence that's what the jury was full of?
Well, I live in New York. I know the type of people that live here. It's a liberal.
Do you know everyone that was in the jury?
Yeah, it was in New York City.
No. Do you know everyone specifically that was in the jury of that case?
Trump? You think Trump's out there abusing girls? You really think that? Do you really think that? You don't.
Yes, I do. I think he's a pedophile.
Oh my God.
I 100% think Trump is a pedophile.
You have TDS, dude. The guy's a grandpa. He's not like out there abusing
so
women.
pedophiles can be grandpas.
His family doing the YMCA. You think he's like the evil incarnate. And his positions actually in this country have become more centrist. Even on the Republican side, any position he does, like on Israel or anything, the Republicans are to the right of him. The Republicans are to the right of him, and the Democrats are to the left of him. So now you have Trump, the center in politics, and you're like out here, he's crazy, he's a sexual abuser, and he's the most moderate that we have. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I say TDS, dude. The guy's not evil, and we need to stop saying that. So we don't want to cast that on the other side anymore, Craig. To be honest, he's not evil. At least you can admit that.
So no, he is. I think he is 100% evil. So just so you're aware, Trump's legal team personally interviewed and questioned each one of the jurors and confirmed they were okay to be a juror, and they still said that Trump was guilty of sexual assault. Did you not know any of this?
In a civil court. In a civil court.
Who cares if it was a civil court?
Why wasn't he convicted? I'm not here defending Trump, dude. This is ridiculous. You don't think that's a political witch hunt? The guy
I don't think a jury.
He doesn't smoke.
People...
He doesn't drink or smoke. He's never been arrested in his entire life.
Yes, he has.
6 months before he runs for president. 6 months before, he has 97 charges. That's what I mean, useful idiot. You have to be an idiot to think that that's not a political... In a left-wing... it's just ridiculous, dude. Come on, man. Give the guy some credit. He's trying to help. He's honestly trying to make the country a better place. And if you just looked at him not with such TDS, you might see that he's
No, I don't have TDS. I don't like stupidity. Right, let's go through some of the stupid things that Trump has said. Trump has said that wind turbines cause cancer. 100% unequivocally
false. Can we
false.
Get back on track? What does this have to do with anything?
All right, maybe just so that you can maybe get a little satisfaction here and help you move along. No, Craig, just 1 second. We do have super chats that we should get into. I want to remind our audience we are going to do super chats, but I'm going to ask Andrew, just because most people have some criticisms of their government and powers of be. Maybe you guys could have a moment of agreement. Do you find that there's anything that you would say about the current administration, the government powers that be in America, that you would be critical of, something that does stem to Trump, I guess I should say, just so.
Absolutely. I'm not, see, I don't have a derangement syndrome. When I see them do something that I don't like, I'll tell you.
Derangement syndrome.
I'll tell you when I see them do something, this is proof.
You hang out on mute for a second.
And we'll see if Craig can give him credit for something good after this then. That's fair, right? If I give credit for something that I don't agree with, he can give credit for something good. So one thing I don't agree with his administration coming out, Pam Bondi using words like hate speech. I don't agree with it. I don't think they should use those words. I think freedom of speech means letting speech go that you don't agree with. And I don't think they're taking the right stance there through his Attorney General, Pam Bondi.
All right. Do you have anything positive that you can say about the current administration, the government powers that be? Maybe you are a fan of hate speech laws. I know that there are maybe some of those things.
Trump is a massive fan of hate speech. He literally said that he hates his political opponents. So if we're going to talk about Trump, we're going to talk about the things that he said. And I'd like to not be interrupted and moved off of the topic. As I'm sorry, but literally every time I've tried to have a conversation, I seem to get muted, and then he gets to go on a different subject. So can we please, if we're going to talk about Trump, let's talk about Trump and focus on Trump, please.
I'm down. Whatever. Right? Let's do it.
Trump unequivocally said that wind turbines cause cancer. Do you agree with that?
That Trump's hysterical? Yeah, he's really funny.
No, there wasn't a joke. Don't avoid the question. he said that and he was serious. Do you agree with
what
him
you get
that
from
wind
Trump-
turbines cause cancer?
Yeah, let me respond, dude. So what you get from Trump is like pure, unobliterated honesty. So he's like just what he's thinking in his head. I know people think he's the liar.
I'm sorry, but
it's
could you please
actually
answer the question?
Let me finish. It's actually the complete opposite. He can't control himself. He thinks something in his head and he says it. And I appreciate that because I know at least he's telling the truth of what he thinks. Does he get everything right? No. But sometimes he says ridiculous things, but at least I know he's being honest. It's really what he thinks.
I'm sorry, but something's going on here.
I'd rather,
He's getting to avoid the questions and I'm getting muted. What's going on?
All right, no, he did answer the question. He told you that he feels like sometimes
they say. I'd rather them make mistakes sometimes.
He's saying that he speaks off the top of his head, whether he's right or wrong.
That wasn't what I asked him. I asked him if he agrees with it, and I want a fucking yes or no
I don't
answer,
agree
please.
with it.
Right. So Trump was fucking stupid when he said that.
I don't know the context because I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. He's probably being like the Charlie Kirk one you said. I do.
Let's look at what he said this week, shall we? Let's look at what he said this week. He got up on stage, right? And this has actually pissed me off. He got up on stage and he fucking said to the world that paracetamol is highly likely to cause autism in unborn children.
Yeah.
Do you denounce him for fucking saying that? Yes or no?
Well, Tylenol also came out and said, we don't recommend you take Tylenol.
Tylenol don't recommend their products for any pregnant women. However, it is the only safe recommended medication for doctors.
But Tylenol doesn't recommend it.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Tylenol, as a boilerplate legal thing, say we don't recommend any of our products for pregnant women. Right? Nothing to do with autism. Right? However, doctors recommend, and the only safe medication that they are given to give to pregnant women is paracetamol, Tylenol. That is the recommended safe medication to give women. What Tylenol said is a boilerplate thing, but that's not the question. Trump said specifically that it is highly likely to cause autism in unborn children. Let's focus on the autism part.
Yeah.
Nowhere did Tylenol ever say anything like that. That is what Trump has said. Do you understand how dangerous and fucking horrific saying that kind of stupid, evil misinformation is? As someone that is in a position of power.
But this is the TDS. See, when you hear it, you think it's like evil misinformation. For what purpose?
That is!
Like, for what evil plan does Trump have? This is the TDS, to like get people not to take Tylenol.
So you don't...
They're in a little bit more pain.
So, you're not going to denounce him for saying that? You're not going to outright say, no, Trump, you were fucking evil to say that.
That the president of the United States has, but I do trust him more than you, clearly, that he probably has something that I haven't seen. And if he's saying that, why?
I'll tell you what he saw, right? He saw a paper that at the beginning mentioned a correlation. Correlation is not causation. However, the same paper... let me finish. Don't interrupt me. Let me finish. The same paper at the end showed studies of siblings who, one had Tylenol when they were in the womb and the others didn't, many of them, and none of those studies, any of those studies, showed any correlation. If Tylenol was a causal factor in autism, then the siblings with the same genetics and the only difference being Tylenol would have shown something. No studies ever have shown that there is any link at all between Tylenol, which is paracetamol, and autism. It was a disgusting, horrible, evil bit of misinformation that he pushed to the world. He told women, tough it out, instead of letting the doctor give them advice to take Tylenol when they need it. Those words he said would have made women scared to take medication that can help them. You should denounce them for it. You should denounce Trump for what he said, but you won't, because you have Trump derangement syndrome.
No, I think the derangement would be automatically going to, it's like an evil plan to keep women in pain. That sounds deranged on its own. It sounds deranged. Like,
he said those words. He told women to tough it out.
Let me go now. I didn't interrupt you, dude. Is it possible that he knows something as the president of the United States that maybe you don't?
No, he's got access to the same studies that I do. I read the study that he...
studies that you don't have?
I read the study that he cited. I read the study that he cited. Everything that he cited is available, and I read the paper.
As a voter, these are the reasons that I vote in a politician that I trust. So I don't think that he's making an evil plan to keep women in a little bit more pain.
Right, you trust him, yet he said something that is factually incorrect.
He doesn't want to hurt anybody. I think.
Then why did he say injecting bleach would be a good thing?
Yeah, so I don't know what it is you're trying to prove here. That Trump never said
that Trump is stupid.
That Trump says stupid things sometimes. Like, yeah, what about the Charlie Kirk one that you cited? Everything gets taken out of context.
I didn't say anything about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, you did. You brought up what he said at the funeral, at the memorial. You brought up that he said he hates his political opponents. You said that.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't mention Charlie Kirk. I just mentioned him saying that he hates. That is literal hate speech.
Huh?
That is literal hate speech.
He was joking. Did you hear it?
He wasn't.
Yes, he allow me to explain to you what he said, since you clearly don't get the joke, since you have TDS. What he said was,
whenever Trump says something bad, he's joking when you have TDS. Dude, you're in a cult. You're in a cult.
Eric had just forgiven the guy, and let me finish. Eric had just forgiven the killer, the assassin, and Trump got up there and said, yeah, it is right to forgive your enemies, but I don't. I'm not as good as Erica, and maybe Erica can help me come along, but I'm just not there yet. It was a self-deprecating joke implying that he knows that the path is the right way to forgive and not be like that, but he's not going to do that because he really hates his enemies. And you're like, TDS and all over the place, dude, he's joking.
Dude, let me be clear. TDS is much more appropriate to people like you who are unable to ever see any of the wrong that Big Orange Jesus does. Let me talk.
Craig, I want to let you know you're already way louder, so just try to keep it.
Right. Okay.
Didn't I already?
I know you're excited.
That he said wrong.
Right. So once again,
your mic's a lot louder. That's all.
Your Trump deragent goes for people like you who cannot see the things that he do wrong. You mentioned one thing that you disagreed with. That's not him doing something wrong. That wasn't him. That was Pam Bondi. What you can't see is you can't even say that what he said about Tylenol was wrong. You're saying, well, I trust the president. No, what he said is 100% misinformation, that he was too stupid to fact check.
Okay. Why would I vote for someone I didn't trust to make decisions for me? Like that's
the thing. Stupid. That's your problem. You shouldn't trust him to make decisions for you because he told pregnant women to not take paracetamol when it can fucking help them.
All right. I think this would be a good time to maybe jump into the Q&A because we are just kind of bouncing back and forth on this Tylenol claim, the Trump claim. And I'm glad that we waited right till the end to actually talk about Trump, because we could have just gotten to that. And I figured that was the way it was going to go. And once you got into it, like I said, I did feel it was fair. If
just
somebody
before
wants
we
to,
do though, can I have been sent a link to a new study about immigration and not immigration, sorry, pending applications to join, and applications to go to Canada have risen by nearly 3,000% and are at nearly 1 million, where America is at just under 1.1 million. So, at the moment, still, just the United States are the more desirable place to go because of pending applications. However, those pending applications are from the past 5 years, and in the past 12 months the amount of pending applications in Canada has increased more than the amount of pending applications has increased in America. So in the past year, more people want to go to Canada than the USA.
All right, we'll take that for what it's worth.
We're still the best.
No, not this year. You're not this year. This year you are not the best.
How do you know they're not coming here to sneak through the border? I don't know. I'm just joking around.
1.1 to 1 million. I don't even know if those numbers are correct, but you can't even fake numbers to show we're not the best.
Yeah, maybe they're just coming here, Craig, so they can sneak over our border. But we are going to carry into the super chats, all right? So
I think he missed the point, though. I think he missed the point that this year, they weren't the best.
We do need to go into super chats, Craig. We only have so much time, okay? I do apologize. No, you don't know. Captain, you are the captain of accusing people of waffling, and I swear I should have said I'm going to take a shot every time he accuses somebody of waffling, but I don't know. Maybe I already told you that that's like don't do that, but he didn't, so I didn't have a chance. Awesome. But you're kind of waffling now. So I do want to get into the super chats. I do appreciate you guys. I know you can take it, Craig. You're not.
I know.
Gonna,
It's just funny that this year there's more people wanting to go to Canada than America, which means that America literally aren't the best this year.
False.
All right. So, all right. I know you always want the last word, even when it's me, Craig. I thought we were friends. All right. IMC12. No, we're all friends here. Thanks again. I want to just say a quick shout out, appreciation for the people in the live chat at Modern Day Debate. We appreciate you guys hanging out, putting in the super chats, hitting the like button, boosting us up on the algorithm. We have a couple fun super chats, and we have some ones that are really going to get us back into the weeds. So don't you guys worry. It's not like we're going to just completely pull out here. You know, we might bring this thing to full term. Anyway, no more dirty jokes. MC12 Demon Killer with the first super chat says, when any other country takes the world's sick, homeless, feeds the world, cures the sick, and provides the most innovation, then you have an argument.
Ooh. Well, America doesn't cure the most sick. Their healthcare system.
People come here when they're really sick. Like if you get cancer, when you got to fly to another country, you ain't going to Canada, bro. You ain't going to Canada.
You actually, the people tend to go to Sweden and Finland these days.
Yeah, no, if you're closer, you might. I'm not denying they have great health.
Even from like most places around the world, Sweden and Finland.
I didn't say we were the most desirable. I'm saying that even though you say we have a shitty healthcare system, people that are really sick still want to come here. And you can grant that, dude. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, we have problems. I granted you that. But when you're really, really sick, this is a good place to be.
Well, except that you've got a lower life expectancy than other places, so that's not true.
Then how come they come from those places here for procedures?
I was trying to say, but you wouldn't let me. They don't. People are going to other places rather than America when they're sick.
I actually have those stats too. It's 1.4 million per year travel here for medical procedures.
It's not those stats.
The most is Thailand with 3 million. I'm not saying.
So we agree, America not the best.
Come here. A lot come here. It's for that shitty medical. You know, the market again doesn't agree with you that it's so shitty.
Yeah. So America not the best. Good, got it.
No.
All right, well let's move on to the next super chat. We got some more, but yeah, no, if you're a guitar player, don't go to the States, because if you're sick, they're gonna cure you, and you're gonna be strumming G's and D's. All right, I'm just making sad jokes. You know, Tony Hawk went to America. He was a sick skateboarder, and now he's all right. They cured him.
You know, I know the guy that programmed the Tony Hawk's games.
Oh man, yeah, just stop with the cloud chasing. Now, what do you got over there, Andrew?
He's awesome.
What'd you say?
Andrew's having his own fun over there. I can see.
Catch up with Craig.
Oh, he's trying to catch up with you, Craig. I don't know if you can.
Catch up with me? How? In what way?
In that way.
I don't know. One little dude. Come on.
He's been bubbling.
I know. I'm not. Yeah, I know.
He's in one of those. He's in one of those legal states right now, so we just got to keep it on the DL.
Let me be clear about weed. Though.
I don't know.
I am illegal. I'm in New York.
I don't smoke weed to get high. I don't smoke weed to be stoned. I smoke weed because I'm in agony and it's medicine.
Copy that.
I'm not in agony, but my brain it's not right. Striker says, Andrew, explain why the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And Trump is taking away our free speech, where people can't even afford houses or even food anymore. Okay, they're throwing a lot on the plate. So let's just start out with the rich getting richer. Hear that talking point a lot from somebody like Bernie Sanders, and other people that are more considered like progressive lefties. So we'll start out with that one. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, before we talk about free speech. So go ahead with that.
Yeah, for sure. That does seem to be the trend. I think it's going to get better with this administration. Hopefully we can have another 4 or 8 years of a similar administration, as if we could see things start to improve. The things that you're talking about, I do agree that there's a downward trend. I can't account for exactly, why that is. What was the second part of the question?
So I think the second part is pertaining, to free speech here. So I'll just
the free speech, right? And I did address this earlier. That was the thing I said that I didn't agree with, was the Pam Bondi free speech. It was them coming after free speech. Even with Kimmel, I don't think that he should have been. I don't think that Trump should have said something after. And here, look, I don't agree with Trump. Trump specifically shouldn't have tweeted after that they shouldn't have put Kimmel back on and that they're going to do something about it. He shouldn't have did that. That was wrong.
Okay. Andrew,
I think most
You-
people agree with that. Tucker Carlson agreed with that. Even so, if you're even semi right leaning, you'd probably agree. On that level, that's probably not the right thing to do. And I mean, if you do pay attention, I think all of us can be fair. There was no real declaration of like where the political leanings were. It was just a matter of like who was trying to wipe their hands at the time. So I was like, everybody was kind of trying to wipe their hands before they knew what was going on.
And in all fairness about the free speech, I do think that at least this administration is better than the other side when it comes to free speech. And I think he'll course correct. It goes back to the trust factor. Either you trust or you don't. I mean, the results will come out in the end. I don't think we're going to lose our free speech. Like I said, we have the longest standing constitution that's ever existed. It's gotten us this far. I don't think we're going to lose our free speech if that's your concern. And I do think Trump will course correct.
Hey, just a quick question. How many deals did he get in 90 days?
Deals referring to, are you talking about tariffs or trade deals or?
Well, no, he specifically said 90 deals in 90 days. How many were there?
I don't know. I mean,
none is the answer. Zero.
No,
we're going to stick to our super chat here. So our super chatter was about free speech. I want to carry on. So they're saying that there's a problem with house affordability and food. So we've already talked about housing plenty, I feel. Feel free to disagree with me, Craig. I'm sure you will. But we already talked about homelessness, so that would be an extension of being able to afford a house. So let's talk about food. We're feeling it in Canada too. I don't know how things are in your neck of the woods, but food prices are going up definitely dramatically all over the place, in Canada and America. I'm sure you're seeing some of that too, Andrew. So let's just talk about that in correspondence to this whole rich getting richer, poor getting poorer aspect.
I mean, it still is the case that the largest, and when I asked ChatGPT this, it said the answer is clear. I actually wrote that down for Craig. We take more people from poverty to wealth. I'm not saying that we move the most people percentage income wise. I know that that's not correct. However, the jump from extreme poverty to extreme wealth, we do that because when in the Norwegian countries, like I'm sure Craig will bring up, the jump from the bottom 20% to the middle 50% is not that much of a difference. The difference in income that you can accumulate here in America far outseeds any other country. And I use that word because when I was researching it, that's what it came up. It's not even close. So yes, there is a wealth disparity that's happening, but what that also means is that more people also are getting rich, and it's true. We make more billionaires than any other country in the world. We lift more people from extreme poverty to extreme wealth than any other country in the world by far. It is the American dream.
We're going to ask the next question.
People don't make it, man, but I'll tell you.
No, we're not. We don't need to respond because I think we've already kind of hit on some of these points here.
I haven't had a chance to respond to any of that.
Well, that's unfortunate for you, Mr. Keg.
I don't just get to say one thing.
You don't like Craig. Sorry, it's Craig. He doesn't like Craig. If you just say Craig like Keg, because he's ready to explode at me. I can see it right now. He's mad. He's triggered. Don't do it, Craig.
No, if I'm not allowed to be in part of the conversation, that's cool. No worries.
That's right. I'm in control. Drives you crazy. All right. MC12 Demon Killer says Craig lost badly to an Andrew already. Now Andrew number 2. Are you going to go 3 for 3 at DebateCon 6? Are you going to just, keep letting Andrews be your bane? What's going on, Craig? This person thinks that you're really taking the L on your debates with Andrews and their fellow kin.
Oh, am I allowed to respond to that, am I?
No, shut up. No, go ahead. It's your question.
Sane people would all disagree, of course. Like people that have a modicum of intelligence, that have an IQ higher than their shoe size and didn't get fed lead paint instead of formula, would disagree with everything that person just said. So there is that. And you know what? I am going to respond to what he said before. Yeah, having a bunch of billionaires doesn't really matter when you still have more people poor than anywhere else.
You could
more than anywhere else. Have you ever been anywhere else? Have you been to India?
In the developed world, let me clarify. In the developed world.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
In the developed world, clearly.
Okay. You said anywhere else.
All right.
Yes, then
let's
I
carry on.
clarified.
Copy.
All right, we're having fun. Let's try to keep asking the questions. But yeah, no, of course, Craig is looking forward to BakeCon 6. He's having such a good time right now. He is so calm. He's calming down the best way he knows how. Where'd you go, Craig? You disappeared for a second there. All right, I'm gonna puff of smoke. MC12 Demon Killer asks a follow-up, says, Craig, take L's from Andrew. Prayers for Craig. 4 with an E at the end. I don't know if that's a thing, but you know what? We'll pray for Craig, you know? Maybe you'll see that devil's lettuce is just influencing your brain in such negative ways that you're going to allow the demons in, like MC12 Demon Killer, who named himself so appropriately. All right, Richie asks Craig, how many areas? This is for you, Craig. I'll make sure I get the A on there, all right? How many areas does a country need to be the best in for that country to be the best?
More than it's not. So if you're going to say it's the best, then it would rank higher than other countries in all these areas, in more of them than anyone else.
Beginning of that,
that's like, it's like when you do the Olympics, the people that get the most medals win it overall. So if we look at all of the stats for, everything that you need for a civilization, like being healthy, safe, homed, fed, you put all these things and then see who comes the top, and you find it's not America. America are categorically, America are, if you look at the statistics and take it as a purely factual based thing, not the best. They are the best at some things, but not everything, and they are not the best at things more than other people.
So you think that the Overton window is shifted slightly in the other direction, where they're not good enough at all of these things combined to outshine other countries, but you haven't been able to name those countries, to be fair. So, I mean, I do want to give you an opportunity, maybe, but I want to let Andrew respond.
Well, I did, to be fair, in my opener, I mentioned many countries that are better than America in a lot of other areas, including statistics of why they are better. Like, for instance, the amount of people sleeping outside, literally sleeping rough. The UK, Germany, and Japan were better.
Right, this isn't our Q&A there, Craig. I gotta give it over to Andrew. So,
no, I was just responding to you. You said I didn't.
So housing issues, medical, food, and security. So we'll just hand it over to you with those concerns, and then let's ask the next question. So, they also said, I hope you get over your TDS, Craig. That was the super chatter. But
I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. I just don't like stupid people, and Trump is categorically a fucking
you would
idiot.
Respond. Let Andrew respond. Thank you.
Of course, the point of a derangement syndrome, by definition, would mean you don't know you have it. But everyone can clearly see the derangement when it comes to Trump. Is that's not, your characterizations are completely wrong. So, and now about what he said.
What did I say that was wrong about Trump specifically?
You think he's like this evil demon, and I get it, dude. That's what they push in the media hard forever.
I just look at his actions. I don't care about the media. To be clear, I am not influenced by the media. I do not look at the left or the right. I research everything. I look at people's actions and people's words. If we to purely look at Trump's actions, he is literally an evil person.
Okay, right. I don't know how to explain this to you. That's why I asked you earlier. You thought it was a question. Wait. Let me just respond. It's really important.
Yeah, last thought there, Andrew.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain this to you, but this is why I asked you if you ever met him, because you only have information that you don't know how he acts or what he says. You only know what other people tell you.
Hold on. I'm going to give you the last word, Craig. Don't worry.
Let me finish. You've never met the man. You're going solely on the opinions produced and shown to you by other people, even if it's in a newscast, whatever it is. You've never met him. You've never talked to him. You've never seen him act for yourself. That's my point. So you are influenced by what they're telling you, and you sound like a sheep. That's all I'm saying.
Last thought there, Craig, and
to be clear, I've hated him. To be clear, I've hated him since I saw him in fucking Home Alone 2. I'm not a sheep. I research everything from both sides and come to my own conclusions. I don't care what other people say. I base my opinions on other people's actions and words. And I can literally see Trump doing and saying these things.
But where
Trump,
do you see those?
Hold on.
Where?
I have not finished. Trump saying the words, women should tough it out. And you should not take Tylenol if you're pregnant because there's a high risk of it causing autism is fucking evil.
All right, that's the last of that. All right, Aaron says the homelessness in the U.S. The homeless in the U.S. are still in the top 2% in wealth around the world. The homelessness in the U.S. are still the top 2% in wealth around the world.
I had that written down. That's a good point.
China, around 40 million people still live in caves, they say. What's this all about?
Who was that for?
It is not directional, so I mean,
I'll respond.
You can respond, but I do think
I actually wanted to bring this up. That's a really good point. Even if you're born here in like the worst conditions, you're still luckier than I think I have the numbers. It was like the top 20 to 25% of the world when it comes to like the median income of the United States based on the rest of the world, just from being born here. So like,
I've just fact checked that, and that's not true.
It is true.
Right. We're going to ask the next question then.
It's somewhere between 20 and 25%.
We do have to try to blow through a few of them.
The median income of the world just by being born here. It's not guaranteed.
20 seconds to respond. Is that okay?
Sure.
Not quite 20. Let's see if you
10?
can do it in
okay,
like
10, right? Yeah. So the 10% of US households have zero or negative net worth. Homeless people have been recorded to have all negative net worth, debts exceeding assets. This comes from the census of the USA, so that is categorically false. What you said.
We're moving on there, fellas. We got lots of questions. I don't mean to cut you guys off. We're having a lot of fun, but we do have a lot of questions, and a lot of this is already stuff we've kind of glazed over. I know that you're bringing up a couple new things regarding this, but like I said, we got so many questions still to get through, and I do want to let you guys out of here at a reasonable time. We've gone for an hour and a half. I don't want to spend more time waffling over this, to use your favorite term.
It's 3:33.
All right. Nominal says, if USA isn't the best, why is the EU copying us? So going back to your point about a joint of countries and nations that are working together, would you categorize that just because you're kind of loading the question here, Nominal? In
the USA are not.
Do you think that the EU? Hold on. Do you think the EU is copying the USA?
No, not at all. The USA do not have a monopoly on forming a union. They're not the first people to do that. The first civilization to do that. That is a thing that countries do. They form unions. No one's copying the USA. They don't want orange people in charge.
All right. So, their declaration was, if the USA isn't the best, why is the EU copying us? So I hate to tell you, Nominal, maybe there's not enough here for us to really dig into about what they're copying per se. I tried to add a little something in there about, places coming together, of course, joint thinking, but give us a little more if you can, and we'll work with you. The Brandalorian. This is like the Mandalorian, only it's Brandon.
I like that.
And he's epic. All right? Just we're going to calm down now with our Star Wars references. If the U.S. is so great, why are average people so depressed? And why are so many men, including myself, wanting to leave it to find wives and make a better living / a traditional way of life? So Brandalorian is saying that he does not feel like you can live out a traditional way of life. He might want to go somewhere else where, things are a little bit more. I don't want to straw man you, Brandon. So let's let Andrew. You're nodding your head, so go ahead.
Yeah, I totally get his sentiment, and conservatives are trying to bring it back. We're trying to bring it back for the exact reasons. Promote the family, promote people getting married, promote people having kids. I just saw a thing on the PBD podcast. He had some type of event. He called up people. How many families have more than 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, to bring them up and showcase them for being an example to others. This is what we need. We need to promote families, not promote careers. No one on their deathbed ever said, "Oh, I'm so happy I had that career." It's always their family and their children that were the most important to them. So these are the things that we need to promote, and I think that will help. And for sure, I see, people that want to leave, and you could try to do that. I don't think it's going to be much better anywhere else. What was the first part of the question? I don't
Sure
want to
thing.
make sure I
So
answer.
the first part of the question is, if the USA is so great, why are the average people so depressed, and why
And
are
then
so
you
many
got it,
men,
got it. And then
including
you also get some of the people, maybe the younger ones, that's kind of like has the spoiled children effect. So you get like these like really rich parents and their children like crying that they want a pony, and they're really unhappy. You do get that effect from extreme wealth, and you see that a lot. So I hope that answers both parts of the question. I think that's what it is.
All right, Kiwi Burb, does America have the best PDF aisles? So why don't I just help you out here, Kiwi Burb, and just say, let's discuss right quick, issues that people are discussing around Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, because that's probably where the sentiment comes from.
But let's
and
be
that's
clear, a
probably more
bunch of
interesting.
British royalty are on that list. So, the Epstein files aren't an indication of which country is good or bad, because they implicate people from all around the world, and all of them should be fucking hung by their genitals.
Agreed. Well said. Agreed.
Right by the balls. So as for what some people are saying, there's some conspiracy, of course, about like I say, the Ghislaine Maxwell. She's been moved from facility to facility. Of course, there's the whole issue around Epstein's death. It's very strange, as far as most people are concerned. I don't know the details myself, so you can look at me and just be like, Ryan has no clue. It just seems like there's a lot of people that are confused about what's going on there. So, do you have anything that you want to say that might help Kiwi Burb feel like we've answered their question there, Andrew, regarding this whole conspiracy?
No, I agree. I think Craig on this one, me and him share the exact same position. I don't think it's a one country issue. I think it stems all across the globe. I don't really think it has anything to do with a country in particular. I think it's a global issue, and they should all, what did Craig say, be hung by their genitals? I'm with it.
All right, you heard it. If you, yeah.
I did not look at the stats for depression. That's an interesting one. I didn't realize that USA has such a higher rate of depression. And apparently 30% of people who moved to the USA said the move didn't increase their happiness.
See, you never know what you're going to get here at Modern Day Debate. You're going to go right from hang them by the left nut to, oh my goodness, people are depressed. That's great. Let's ask the next question. Nominal says, everyone says it's cool for pregnant women to take Tylenol except Tylenol. This is crazy. What's going on?
Tylenol didn't say that it's not safe for women to take Tylenol. They said they don't recommend their products for pregnant women, which is a boilerplate legal thing. But even Tylenol have tweeted and said that, yes, it is safe for pregnant women to take paracetamol if recommended by a doctor. Nowhere did Tylenol say it is unsafe for women to take it, but they, of course, like anyone that makes a medication, will probably say that we don't recommend it for pregnant women or people with heart problems or this or that. But that doesn't mean that those people can't actually take it if recommended by a doctor.
Okay. Any thoughts, Andrew, or do you think this is all
Nah,
out to lunch?
I don't. The Tylenol thing is, I don't know. I don't really see what the big issue is. I mean, if you want to take Tylenol, take. Who cares what Trump says? I don't live my every waking moment based on what Trump says. Like Craig alluded to, if your doctor want to take, think it's safe to take Tylenol, do that. I don't think it's smart when Trump comes out and says something, and you see the other side of it, where you have women that are pregnant online just taking as many Tylenol as they can.
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's any women that are just taking Tylenol to spite Trump are fucking idiots and shouldn't be parents.
Thank you. So we're in agreement. Yeah.
Yeah. But what Trump said, because of the position that he is in, right? Let's be honest, most people are just going to see a clip of Trump saying Tylenol may cause autism, right? That's it. So most people are going to see that, and women, that is going to scare a bunch of women away from having what could be something that helps them deal with their pregnancy. And that's why what Trump said was fucking stupid, and he should be raked over the fucking coals for it. It is a dangerous thing that it could even cause some lives to be lost.
If it comes out that there's a study that we don't know about, then maybe that won't be the case. If it doesn't, and you're correct, then I would agree with you. Again, I need more information. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. I was gonna say, Andrew, you've already when we asked the question earlier, you already showed, like, I don't think anybody here is a govcock. All right, I think we're all fairly skeptical about the powers that be. So let's just you like that, do you, govcock? We'll stick with that. Yeah. Skizzle says, Q4 Craig. Question for you. I'll say it right. Is the rumor true that when you consulted your doctor about transitioning, he transitioned years ago, guys? Isn't he beautiful?
I transitioned from a fatty to a gym bro.
All right, they told you.
I don't need to take guns to America because I've got these attached to my arm, okay?
They told you you're too effeminate to qualify. I swear.
Okay, well, how about I bench press you for reps, and then we see if you think I'm fucking effeminate, all right?
I swear, if I ever get to meet you, we have to test out what is better, your gym strength or just hillbilly strength.
Hillbilly strength is fucking crazy.
Then you're defeated. I was going to say.
I might be able to pick up some heavy weights, right? But I've got a mate of mine that's a builder, and he can kind of pick up what I bench just with one hand and carry it around,
As you say, you should have seen me with a bed frame the other day. I had this giant wooden bed frame, and I just picked it up raw. And I looked at my wife, and it was just like hilly-billy strength, right?
But in all seriousness,
we're always running around in the wood with chainsaws. We're running around the woods with chainsaws. That's what we do, right? That's
in all seriousness. I am flattered that so many of the audience of Monday Debates and many flat earthers like to imagine me as a transgender person. If that is your fantasy, go for it. I am not one to kink shame. However, I would appreciate if you went to my OnlyFans and just dropped some money there, because maybe we could sort something out, Yes. If you want to see that, there's an option for you. You don't have to just imagine. I've got you, bro.
Yeah, find him at Craig the Sexy Twinkle Toes McGee. All right. At onlyfans.com. All right, you need to stop selling those feet pictures, and we're just going to move on. And the buoyant bear. All right, a very floaty bear says, if we were to get a repeat of 2016, who do each of you think would have been an ideal candidate to avoid the worst of what is happening today? Ooh, that's interesting. So,
what's the 2016? Or is this political stuff?
This might not be so great for you, Craig, because you're not in America, and this is very relevant to American politics. So in 2016, do you think that there's anybody out there that if they would have taken the mantle? I'm going to start with you there, Andrew. What do you got, Andrew? You got something in your hands there. You got a dog, cat? What's going on?
What is that?
What do you got in your hands, Andrew? Oh, there's a puppy. Oh, that's a puppy. Okay.
Oh. No, I'm looking at Craig's thing. Is that like a picture of me? Did AI do that?
I don't know what you want about, mate. Sorry.
Did you create an AI of Andrew? Oh, my
That's pretty funny. That's pretty.
But
that didn't really look like me. That's why I was confused for a second.
I was too. I was looking at the dog. I was not paying attention to that. See,
yeah.
I saw something wisping on the bottom there. And Craig, don't be a biatch. All right. So, who do you think would be the ideal candidate? In 2016, you could go back in time. Obviously.
I'm going to stick with Trump because we won. So, I mean, the ideal candidate is the one that wins.
Right, we're talking about elections. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a weird question. That's the ideal.
It is weird. But I mean, I shouldn't just say maybe to help out the super chatter here, maybe not just based on who could have won, but just like if you're looking at ideologies overall, like if there was somebody out there even now, let's say they weren't even around at that time, that you were like, that would be the president for me. Is there somebody that pops into mind that you're
right, we're asking who should have been the president. I would have voted for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, personally.
I bet you would have. But I'm asking Andrew first just because he's already made his answer clear that he would have stuck with the original, and that's not as fun. Like do you have anybody like a fantasy, if only people would like them more kind of person? Maybe even yourself.
No, I think if we had, I think Patrick Bet David would be a great president. I really do think that. Just the way that it's
Is he
another
allowed to run?
businessman. And I think that even though he's not in politics, you ask me like anybody, I think the guy could really have a chance at bringing us to a better place. You know, he's got a future looks bright thing going on, which I think is the right attitude. And he runs everything like a business, and he listens to the market, and he's able to course correct. And I think that would be great for our country.
Just a question. I don't know the laws, but I know that Cenk Uygur, he had a lot of issues around his ability to run based on his immigration status. Would Patrick be able to run for?
Probably not. I think he was born. But you said any. So you want like?
I suppose. Sorry. I was just wondering. I was curious. No, you're right. You're right. I did say like fantasy. See, I instantly I was like. See, when there's all this, this is the conspiracy I want to have a conversation about. When there was all this talk about Canada being a 51st state right after Trump said Elon could never be the president, I was like, oh yeah, because Elon is a Canadian citizen.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick Elon.
But I'm just saying he can't run in America right now. But if Canada was a state, then a Canadian could run, and therefore he could run for that office. Anyway, that was my little conspiracy. Will you stop putting up AI images of your opponent, Craig? You absolute cur. All right.
You know when you
get some entertainment.
Come
on, I'm sitting here in the background just having some fun.
Oh yes, all right, yes, you're in the background. You absolute didn't get to talk this whole time. Artful Dawa says, Andrew, how many other countries have you been to?
I've been to 4 other countries. I've been to Colombia, I've been to England, I've been to Canada. I don't know what the relevance of the question is for this, but
I think they're just saying, like, have you experienced other countries to be able to gauge whether their experiences are, less positive than the ones broadly experienced.
But that's not my claim. My claim is just that more people want to come here. And if you look at from like a business standpoint, from a market standpoint, that's how you judge who is currently the best place to go is by the most people want to go there. And I know what Craig's going to say. He's got some brand new study.
Yeah, well, 74% of people polled that moved to America said they had some kind of regret.
Yeah. So why don't they leave?
All right, everybody, hold on. Just to be fair, I mean, most people would probably have some kind of regret anywhere that they moved in the world, right? If I had to uproot my life, because a lot of people that are coming to Canada and America are having a refugee status, I think a lot of them would say, hey, coming here and not knowing the language, that was not fun. So, I just don't know if that's an accurate status or a study. Sorry. Artful Da Jr. said, correction, Andrew, those that agree with you and the new regime won't lose their free speech. Everyone else that disagrees will. So, not sure what point of the conversation we were at, but I think this is kind of like that double-edged sword that's being talked about. Like, if there's cancellation of free speech on one side or attempts to cancel free speech on one side, it could escalate into broader and bigger attempts. So if Trump, like we were talking about earlier with Jimmy Kimmel, if he continues putting out, these posts that are trying to influence certain people from not being able to talk the way that they generally would, do you think that would? I don't want to. I'm trying to help you out here, Artful Dawa, because there's not a whole lot of meat in the bone.
Don't think.
Do you think that could be escalated? If, let's say, Trump loses power, eventually the Democrats will probably be back in office, unless something drastic changes, the tides always seem to shift. Could that not be worse in the future for a right wing? I'm helping you out here, Artful.
Well, they already did it. They already had the power and they already censored speech. They just censored speech for things that were categorically false and tried to gaslight us all, like men can get pregnant. Like if you didn't agree with that, you got your speech censored. The difference here is that the other side is, they're censoring speech. However, it's like universally known, even Craig would admit, deplorable speech. Talking about someone's widow is deplorable. So there's a difference between And I still don't agree that the government should be involved. I still don't agree with that. But I don't think that here's my question. Is this a slippery slope? Is Jimmy Kimmel in the gulag? Is he in jail? Has anyone not seen him? Or is his show back on? His show's on. So at least when we almost monitor speech, it's because it's something so disgusting and ridiculous that it almost can't stand. But when the left already has their power, tries to censor speech,
well, hold on.
for blatant lies that they want to gaslight us all to believe.
Well, I guess the question is that where they've started here, I guess, is if this is like a precursor, kind of like, okay, they kind of got this far. Is it not dangerous to see how much further that could go under this administration or even another administration, right? Is that not something that would be of concern if it's already gotten to this point where it's like, okay, we were really close to something we all agreed was not okay.
But he got his job.
They're not that risk to get really into the weeds, right?
I think the main thing we need to realize here is that Jimmy Kimmel actually did and said nothing wrong. He simply showed Trump saying a thing. He didn't say anything deplorable or nasty or horrible in any way, shape, or form.
He said a lot of things.
He did.
You know,
he didn't say anything that was like horrible
no, I'm just,
or like.
Just
Can I tell you what I think?
I'm not saying that I think that was probably the craziest thing, but I mean, obviously they, all of those people have said a lot of things, but that's protected under their, their rights of freedom of speech in America. Not something that we probably understand, Craig. So let's not try to. Maybe, we got a different experience. But let's ask the next question. MC12 Demon Killer comes in with the next one. The world's best means on top, most preferred. Most people sneak in. Most immigrants pop. Most visas pendings, most backlogs. All countries want USA involvement. Most liberals are diagnosed depressed.
Okay, so let's focus on the bit there where he said most countries want USA involvement. That has categorically become something that is untrue around the world. Countries are moving away from doing business with the USA. Countries are less and less wanting the United States involvement because of, frankly, the way that Trump has acted around the world.
No response there, Andrew? Or?
Oh, I thought
he allowed to respond? I wasn't allowed to respond to anything, though.
You were allowed to respond to all kinds, Craig. Don't bullshit me at this point. My goodness. You were allowed to talk plenty. All right. I think almost any time I host you, I could go back and look at the... If I put a timer on it, it's definitely like 65-35 at the very least.
You'd be surprised.
Not really. Soul winner for Jesus. I'm not picking on you. You just, you compress a lot of thoughts and a lot of, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's just the way that you
questions actually answered, but hey, cool.
Oh, well, whose fault is that? All right, soul winner for Jesus says, if the UK is better than the USA, why is there no free speech in England? Why are people being jailed for so-called hate speech?
Number one, I didn't say that England is better than the USA. Number two, they're not being jailed, they're being kind of put in a police station and then let out once they realize that the police have just been a little bit overzealous because of a Facebook post. Number three, a lot of those posts and the clips that they've seen online, they're ignoring the context where the posts have actually involved things of national security like bomb threats and things like that, and it's because they're interacting with posts like that need to be investigated, and refusing to help an investigation around national security can in fact land you in a lot of trouble. But no, I don't agree with someone being arrested because of something they've said on Facebook or something, unless it is something that is outright a violent threat or indication of a violent action about to happen, like a terrorism act. And as far as I'm aware, that's all that has happened.
Any thoughts, Andrew, or we can move on to the last?
I don't know much about what's going on in the UK. I did see some people that looked like they were arrested for other things that were not inciting violence, but I could be incorrect. I don't want to make any claims. I'm not really sure.
No worries. That's an honest position. MC12 Demon Killer asks the question, though, Craig, thumbs up on your change, I enjoy your flat earth videos.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Oh, it's just a full-on, just happy super chat. See, I'm just ready for all the spice here, guys. I just I got a negative brain, I guess. Maybe I need a vacation. No, I've been doing a lot of I've been doing a lot of vacationing already. I'm going to try to host some more of these modern day debate live chats here leading up to DebateCon 6. James is going to be really busy getting not just speakers ready, but the venue. There's going to be lighting. There's going to be backdrops. Obviously, there's a microphone situation, so there's going to be a lot to handle there. So I'm going to be around a little bit here, and hopefully you had some fun here on Modern Day Debate. We're going to give some closing statements to each of our speakers before we get out of here. I do it the EU style. Oh, aren't you so pleased there, Craig? I'm going to do it the way, they do it over waters, even though I'm in the West. So we do appreciate our live chat for hanging out, hitting the like button, participating in the polls, all that good stuff. I'm going to give it over to Andrew. Andrew, 1 minute on the floor. Craig did start the conversation by stating why America could not be the best. Usually we do start with who's on the affirmative, but that's not the way we went this time, so you are going to close. So I'm going to let you explain why you are correct at the end of this discussion. So go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you. And thank you, Craig, for taking this debate. It was a lot of fun, just like the first one. So I really appreciate it. I think we really got into it. Thank you. So I think he conceded a few times the point that we are currently the best. We just, in the future, if trends stay the way they are, won't be. So, I mean, we have the most people that want to come here. We're the most desirable. We're the most effective at wielding power, let's say, of military might. Nobody could defeat us at this moment. We have the most military might. And those are all the conditions for the definition. So I don't know if Craig can't name a country that's better, that more people want to go to, that maybe wields power more effectively than us, then I'm not really sure. He even at two different points during the debate said, like, oh, you may currently be the best at this, but in the future you won't be. And they were key things. They weren't like little one-off things like that Craig is nitpicking about issues that we have, homelessness in California. They were major issues, like how many people want to come here. So I think that which fit the definition of best. Right. So, of course, you can have a decline and still be on top, which I already conceded. I'm not saying that we're perfect. I'm not saying that we get every single thing right. But I'm saying that the market is telling us that the most people want to be here. And that says really everything. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure hosting you this evening. Yeah, definitely. We welcome you back to Modern Day Debate to have more discussions going forward. And Craig, we wish you would never come here. You're a pain in the butt. No, I'm kidding. Craig is always welcome back at Modern Day Debate. He's done a lot for us. He's participated in a lot of debates. He's coming out from Modern Day Debate. Oh, my goodness.
I didn't mean to. I don't know what to. I'm so sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to. I just don't know how to turn it off. Hold on.
My bad. I'm so offended. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, my goodness. The cries, the tears. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, Craig, we do appreciate you coming out to Modern Day Debate. No matter how much of a pain in my ass you might be sometimes, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's been a long time of you coming on here and having discussions. We've been through quite the ringer here on Modern Day Debate with Craig. So as much as you might be in live chat right now, disagreeing or whatever, we do appreciate our speakers, Andrew and Craig. Andrew, of course, who is more new, and Craig, who's been coming here quite a while, bringing you entertainment. Are you not entertained? All right. Craig, 1 minute on the floor. It's your closing.
So, people want to move to America. No one's denying that. But immigration demand doesn't magically make you the best. If it did, then McDonald's would be the finest cuisine on earth. Facebook would be the pinnacle of culture, and Nickelback would be the greatest band in history. The truth is, the US is popular because it's big, rich, and loud, not because it's flawless. And when you actually measure quality of life, healthcare, safety, education, quality, plenty of other countries come out ahead. So maybe America is the world's biggest stage, but being the most popular act doesn't mean you're the best show. The US is about 14% foreign born, Canada 23%, Australia 30%. Proportionally, people chose those countries way more. Safety, the US has over 48,000 gun deaths a year. School shootings, basically an American export. So yeah, America might be the world's biggest stage, but when you actually measure healthcare, safety, equality, and living standards, other countries are stealing the show. Immigration demand just makes you the loudest act, not the best one.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Craig, for coming out to Modern Day Debate again. It's been a pleasure to host you and all of your fiery antics. We do appreciate everybody who comes out to Modern Day Debate and also you, the live audience. And, you know, me as well, the most important person. No, I'm just joking. Obviously, it's the audience. We appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, smash the like button, hit the share button. Gee, I can't get anything right anymore. I'm just being too much of a comedian. And Andrew, Craig, thanks once again. We'll see you guys next time. Let's close things out. And we'll see you all at DebateCon 6, minus me. I'm just going to be holding down the fort till then. Cheers.
Thank you, gentlemen.
See you later.
Good night.
Awesome. We're out. And thanks, Andrew.
Have a good night.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later, guys.
God bless, Craig. Take care.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little annoyed with the moderation on that one. I felt like I was cut off from my points and not allowed to have the conversation I was trying to have many, many times. To quickly address my friend in the chat, Man for Concrete, who says homeless rates in the UK are actually worse than the US. That's not entirely true. When UK records its homeless data, it includes people in temporary emergency accommodation. If we're looking at actual homeless people, as in people living on the streets, the UK has a rate of 8 to 10 in every 100,000. Whereas the USA has 10 times as much as that. Got a little super chat goal there, just a little one. If you guys hit the 10 before I finish, then I'll finish the show with 50 push-ups. Thank you very much for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow I'm going to come and do just a chill out stream and explain what's been going on in my life. It's, you know, some bad news, and it's really made me struggle quite a bit, but I'll get into all that tomorrow. Yeah, Rubik's, please. Also, the amount of times I was like interrupted and muted and stuff. Mr. Toffee's been a member for 44 months, says, no, we want FTFE. He came out a little bit. Melodic Lyrics, $5, says, as an American, I'd like to note that we have a handicap of infinity due to current leadership. Also, super chats are the only way to talk to Craig, right? No, I'll talk to you, but super chats help. Ricky Ricardo's for $5 says, as an American, I promise the guide does not speak for all of us. I love my country, but I'm very aware we have massive, massive issues. Kiwi Burb, $2. Which is the best cola, Pepsi or Coke? Probably Coke. Doctor, not our president, is a G-rapper and convict who's been a member for 61 months, says, Team America, World Police was a documentary. Rachbot, member for 69 months, says, welcome to the channel that does the stupidity. What I did to this meat suit's triceps. Yeah, burn. The burn is good. NA, $6.66. Fight the tight shirt. I'm liking how I'm looking right now and feeling. Although, this shoulder cap is getting fucking way bigger than this side, right? Like, you see, my bicep ends and my tricep here, and my shoulder here, right? Now compare that with this arm, and look at how big the shoulder cap is. You can't really see it. Like, this bit is twice as big here than the other side, and it's because I don't have the middle part of my rotator cuff, so it's doing twice as much work. So now it looks really weird when I'm in the mirror, and I've got like a big fucking bulge here. First, this is the other way. This is the wanking arm. NA $6.66. Trump winning the second election is self-fulfilling prophecy of the documentary of idiocy. Lisa $4.99. Trump stopped the Cambodian. Trump stopped. Where did it go? Trump stopped the Cambodian and Thailand war. How gullible is Andrew? Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot to mention that. Brandon Worrell, $2. Did Andrew say homelessness isn't a big issue? He did. He did. Thank you, Rachbot. Means a lot. Third Durst sister. Kapla. $9.99. Andrew was dismissive when you brought up conducting studies, then says Trump must have access to a secret new study when pressed on the Tylenol debacle. What a hypocrite. Missed that. Yeah. Bearded Logic's been over for 13 months. Says, how's that 3070 doing? Brilliant, mate. Thank you. Wait till you see the videos that is helping me make. It's going to be great. Right. Yeah, I've been away because... Oh, no one told me that I wasn't full screen. I had to go and visit my mummy. She's not very well. She's got lung cancer. And she smoked her whole life. Ironically, the lung cancer she has isn't the type you get from smoking. About 2 months ago, the prognosis was 12 to 18 months. However, she's got worse and worse. The tumour's doubled in size, and now prognosis is about 3 months. 3 to 5. And probably not going to see the year out. So I've been down visiting my family, talking about things, figuring out palliative care, and, you know, convincing my dad to stop work so he can be there to spend the rest of his time with his wife. And it's hard to come and be me when I don't have much bandwidth left for things anyway. NA, and Mr. E-Man, thank you very much for gifting the 5 memberships. That means the world. Yeah, so we've been trying to figure out what's going to happen. You know, talking about when, because we know Mum's going, and what's that going to look like? And you know, we were having conversations that I guess I'd never really want to have. Like, where does my mum want to die? Does she want to be in a hospital or at home or in a hospice? Where's going to be the most comfortable for her? And, you know, talking about having a do not resuscitate and stuff. And it's all quite, you know, it's my mum. It's my mummy, you know? I don't want to have those conversations. And it's been really hard the past week. And I've missed all of you because you helped me. I'm losing my mum. I don't want to lose my mum. Sorry. So yeah, I've been away and I'm sorry, but I'm back. And I'll try and be the best I can be. And I want to thank you all for the support you give me. It means the world every single time. Sorry. I'm sorry. Don't mean to trauma dump. It's just been really hard. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Give a bit more details about what's going on. And let you all know that it means the world to me that you guys are here for me. NA, thank you, dude. $66.60. Keep on keeping, my dude. All this shit's hard. Yeah. And at the same time, my father-in-law is also very ill and having kidney issues, and, you know, my mum-in-law died of cancer, and that's bringing back memories to my wife, and it's just been a fucking... It's been a hard week. Going to see my mum and she being half the person she used to be, I didn't know what to do. Lisa499 says, spending time with family will always be more important than anything else. You can't ever get more time. Speaking from experience. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to go back down quite soon because it's going to be, you know, the last chance that I really ever get to see her. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of, it's nice to know that we know the end's coming and we can prepare for it and stuff. But I mean, it doesn't make it any easier, really. Anyone that's gone through this that would like to talk, feel free to reach out. I don't know how to deal with it, personally. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to think. I don't know how to feel. So, yeah, that's where I am right now. Sorry for not being around. Please keep sharing the stream. Don't let the channel die. And I will speak to you all soon. I love you. Bye.